Oh, it's 10:17. La Flame. Hi, Leo. Happy Friday. Happy Venus Day. Today is September 5th, 2025. You are the fifth house. The last sign I need to do for September. It's 10:17 a.m. East Coast time. Energy for you is very interesting. The energy has just been interesting in general. But let's pray. There could be some newness coming in, but we need to pray before we get started because I literally just started a fire, okay? Unintentionally, but we're going to talk about it. It happened literally before I went live. Hold on. Shit, hold on. Un momento. I don't have my lotion. That's okay. Okay, so baby, we got some fresh dragon's blood sage. Okay. At this point, I'll keep that to myself, but I'm loving the dragon's blood sage. We will start from this end. Yeah. Let's cleanse away the energy of August, the energy of the week. Let's focus on the present and the forthcoming future. Let's cleanse away negative energy, low vibrational energy, low vibrational thoughts. Why am I thinking of fucking Stormy and her low vibrational plate? Let it burn. Okay. That works. Okay. God, divine source, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for allowing me to guide Leo placements on their September 2025 monthly reading. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel as I speak to them on what to expect as the month unfolds. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Thank you for divine insight. Thank you for divine foresight. Thank you for divine protection. Thank you for this divine communication. Gratitude, Ashe. 1 second. Okay, 77 degrees in here, honey. I don't have the remote. That's the last thing I need. Okay. So interesting. I don't know where to start. Leo. Let's start at the beginning. So I was heavily meditating on your energy outside on the balcony, and the theme that was coming up were feelings. I feel like a lot of your feelings are changing about people, places, and things. I also feel like people's experiences with you within the next 9 to 12 months are also shifting as well. It's kind of like, and I don't mean this in like a negative way, but it's like, you know, people or things that you may have put to the side or just not gotten, you haven't gotten involved with, you're starting to connect with, and people that you may have been connecting with, there could be shifts with that as well. I hear slowly but surely. Now, when I was getting ready to come back in, I posted the butterfly on the community tab so that you could see it, because it is a representation of your energy. And it does feel like, you know, you are content at this time, but you're not joyful, you're not happy. And just thinking about the feelings for a lot of you, it could be, ooh, I got sneezed. Your feelings could really be all over the place with people, places, and things, you know. You could feel like you're at a fork in the road, when it comes to where to go next, what to do next. Heavy energy on fork in the road, but instead of choosing a direction, you're more so, it's like you're just standing still at the crossroad in a sense. But when the butterfly flew on my balcony, it's a lot of cardinals on the balcony right now. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cardinals specifically. But when the butterfly flew on the balcony, like, I went from deep meditation to that inner child excitement, joy. And it wouldn't, usually I can touch the butterflies, but this time it just wanted to play. And it was flying around my head. It was flying around the balcony. It landed on the balcony, 1023, 123. But after that happened, I'm like, okay, now we're ready for Leo. It flew away. I came back inside. And then I went to get my coffee together, and I always put a paper towel that's in square underneath the coffee or tea that I'm drinking. And I have this tea light lit on this, this holder is a shape of a leaf, right? So unconsciously, I don't know when at the moment it happened, but I look down and the entire piece of paper towel is on fire, okay? And so I'm like, fuck, I'm trying to do this to get it out and it's getting bigger. So I decided to just take it to the balcony and I just watched it. At least, thank God it was just paper towel. Honey, my hair is down, could have got my hair, my clothes. I was so close to it. Also felt the heat, of course. But I carried the paper towel out and just watched the flame go out. So there could be fires being sparked around you. Some of you, if your causes tap into the Cancer reading, definitely tap into the Cancer reading for September. They were done yesterday. But fires around you are being put out by your spirit team. And it's like, you know, it's like you're trying to, you're tired of shit falling apart. That's the best way that I can put it. Connections, investments, fucking whatever the case may be, whatever has been crumbling or whatever has been inconsistent in your life, you're exhausted with that. And the last message I want to say is that you have a lot of, well, you're Leo, so I do feel like you have mastered perseverance, but at this point in time in life, whatever phase or experience or stage you're in, it's feeling like that energy of perseverance is more so weakness, going back to that fork in the road and just standing there and not choosing a direction, because it's like each time I have hope, each time I have faith, I'm led to happiness, but then there's a stop. It's just giving a hard stop. And as soon as I looked up, we were 8 minutes in on the clock. So yeah, and it's 10:25. That breaks down to 8 as well. But let's get into your theme. I'm very concerned about your theme. Before we, interesting I say concerned, we're going to look into the meaning of the black and blue butterfly. So it's known as the spice bush swallowtail. Okay, we usually see the yellow swallowtail, the yellow and black one, but look on the community tab, you can see it for yourself. All right, so the spice bush swallowtail is a member of the swallowtail family, carries messages of transformation, change, hope, freedom, joy. Again, we spoke about that, and endurance, which is connected to perseverance. So transformation, change, hope, freedom, joy, and endurance. Its appearance in a specific context, which this is its appearance 9 minutes in for September, signifies a coming new chapter, the successful completion of a difficult period, or a reminder from a departed loved one. The reminder from the departed loved one is you're stronger than you realize, you've overcome more than you realize, and keep going with that hope and endurance energy. But it does say you are entering a new phase of your life or completing an important personal transformation. And it's interesting because it's like, you know, they're showing me the sun as being gray. And, you know, the sun, it's a light source. It shines light. It, period, okay? But it's like, you know, in your reality, you being the sun as a human archetype, it's like your personal sun, your inner sun, it's gray. It's not light, it's not yellow bright, it's not fucking black and dull, it's just gray. 1010. All right, now let's see what your theme is. I do feel like 1010 is a number theme. I know this is September, but there will be something significant about the 1010 portal for you specifically. And as I say that, I look at my shirt. We have on Selena. Okay, hope she's living her best life. It could represent departed messages from a departed loved one. Okay, no matter your background or tradition. But if you watch the movie Selena, like when it comes to love and what she wanted to do, you know, her dad was her dad, but she had to overcome a lot of adversities, right? And then if you think about what happened to her by someone, you know, that she was supposed to be close to and trust, and someone that was supposed to protect her, I don't know, it just feels like there's a lot of deep wounds coming to the surface at this time to be purged, so that you can truly step into the wheel of fortune. But it also feels like, you know, in the month of September, you're on chill as well. Like you're not, you could have a lot going on behind the scenes, but at the same time, you're chilling, okay? Like with yourself, if that makes sense. All right, let's see Leo's theme for September 2025, please. Solitude, chilling by yourself to your own energy. So I feel like, you know, and you see he's on a boat with this water, so this is contributing to your feelings. Your feelings are very much so a theme. How you feel about yourself, how you feel about others, how you feel about your life. Also, the dreams. I had a crazy ass fucking dream last night. Pay attention to your dreams. Me and my mom was driving through a snowstorm. It was crazy as fuck. But I feel like the seasons, I don't know if it's seasons, I don't know if it's natural disasters. Like there was so much fucking snow in that damn dream, and we was just rolling, okay? But I hear things are not as they seem. But especially, I don't know, seasons are significant. So if you're dreaming about certain seasons, those seasons can represent a major shift that's I hear coming to pass. But also, if you're dreaming about natural disasters, I feel like it's very specific. So hold on. It's not giving the energy of preparation. It's giving a fear that needs to be overcome. And it's also, but at the same time, it is giving preparation, because God makes statements through weather. You know, people try to control the weather, but at the same time, God makes statements through weather as well. And I do feel like, you know, God may make some statements through weather. And it's nothing for you to be afraid of. Again, it's nothing that you need to prepare for, but I also feel like it's being highlighted because it's focusing on an aspect of yourself that needs to be healed. Again, this is heavily connected to your feelings. So if it's water, it's emotions. If it's snow, it could be a reflection of, you know, how cold you are versus how warm you are. You know, if it's about heat, it could represent how, you know, you are being in an energy of you're being too fiery and lacking balance, you know? So with that, things are not as they seem. Dreams are not always literal. The messages behind that are coded within the scenery. It's like going to visit an art show or looking at paintings. You know, everyone's perception is different, which is why we all have different types of dreams. And it is a reflection of, you know, what's happening in other realms as well, but it's much more deeper than that. Just you being the star, and the star represents hope, and it goes back to the butterfly. So yeah, all right, but the theme is solitude. If you are a very active Leo. You know, you be outside, you like to converse, you be with the community. Things are about to happen for you to be in solitude. That's purposeful. Yeah, feels like one-on-one time with spirit. The chair. But let's see. I hear the row, row, row your boat. I mean, he's in a boat, but row, row, row your boat gently down the stream, merrily, merrily, merrily. Life is it? What's the words? Life is but a dream. But again, there's this theme of, you know, you have mastered perseverance, but at this point in time, perseverance does feel like a weakness to you. It just feels like you're tired. Of what? I don't know specifically, but you're over some shit, okay? For sure. But whatever that energy is, it's like a silent killer to your motivation, to your internal motivation, if that makes sense. Yeah, the self. Come on. Shit is stiff. There we go. Self is still on the bottom. Leo. Leo. Some of you are disconnected from, I hear disconnected from source, but you are disconnected from the divine. Not all of you. Or you're just disconnected from your spirit team, your ancestors. Leo. Damn. Somebody's August reading had started with a fire too. Who was it? I think it was like Taurus or Gemini. I don't know. This is some very interesting energy here though. Okay, what else? I haven't said the cards for a reason, but just give me a moment. Anything else? Okay. You have the empty room on the bottom. Oh shit, that scared me. It's fucking ash from the fire. Hold on. Hi, Taryn. Okay. Let me just show you the cards first. It iterates the solitude, I'll say that. Okay, so we have the prayer in reverse. You have Gnosis. You have the thread in reverse. You have the venom in reverse. You have Thanatos. You have the vision upright. Watch the your opposite Aquarius, the answered prayer. I think it should already be on the post tab, I think. If not, I'll check and post it. You also have the eternal child upright. You have the stone. You have the mountain in reverse, and then you have the gem. 3, 6, 9, we have 10. So yes, this is preparing you for whatever the wheel of fortune is for you. I do feel like the wheel of fortune is connected to this gnosis eternal child and gem energy, you could definitely be seeing 333. But at the same time, Gnosis, again, you've mastered perseverance, okay? But currently at this stage, wherever you are, it's a struggle to, and here, see yourself through to the finish line. With the Venom in reverse, Leo, things truly are not as bad as they seem. And I don't know specifically what you're fixated on, but there is a fixation here. I'll try to pull it out in the tarot. And also with the Venom in reverse, if you think about venom, you know, it's poisonous. It can hurt you. It can kill you. It can fuck you up. But it's in reverse. And going back to, baby, the fire, the entire fucking paper towel was on fire. And yes, my hair I could have had a Michael Jackson fucking situation. We in Virgo season. I could, between my desk and the balcony, anything could have happened because it wasn't a small fire. And I, trying to wave it, was fucking making it thicker and stronger. Crazy as shit. But either way, I was able to get that resolved safely and not fuck up anything within my home. And so with you, again, going back to, there may be a lot of fires happening around you, but your ancestors are putting them out. That's being iterated with this Venom in reverse, as well as Thanatos. Now, Thanatos, as you see, this is representing a spider web. And with spider webs, everything is connected, you know? We know this, right? And the web of a spider, spiders make silk, correct? Now, silk is very durable, all right? Similar to the energy of perseverance. You are durable, baby. You made it this far. And for some of you, it's an insult of, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, because it's like at this point, whether you are, no, let me not say it like that. At this point in time, you're breathing, but it's like inside, the sunflower is died, okay? Yeah, moving on. But it's like whatever is trying to get you caught up in the web, your ancestors are coming to get you out of the web. Again, going back to, you are at a crossroad. Now with the mountain being here, we go to the mountain to connect, to elevate, to some seek solitude, that connection with the divine. But with the mountain, as well as the prayer being in reverse, it is a disconnect from the Most High, right? And you know, it's, the blessings hit different when you are connected to the divine versus when you're not connected. You know, God will always affirm whether we feel like it is fair or not. I really don't like that word fair, because what the fuck is fair? But when it comes to, you know, divine laws, there is a sense of fairness. I don't understand fairness on a human aspect. I just really don't. But on a spiritual aspect, I get it. So it's like, you know, spirit will still affirm whether you have been right or wrong in a situation, that they still got you, okay? They will still carry you through, you know? And, you know, a lot of you could be in the energy of separate to elevate, but it's like you're processing that as being stuck, as being trapped, as being caught up in a web, as being at a, you know, fucking crossroads. And with vision, the gem, and the eternal child, this is not the time to stop. If anything, this is the perfect time to keep going. Since we have 10 cards here, you have the power to shift a cycle. We all do. That's been a message for a multitude of signs for the month of September. But the stone represents commitment, okay? Like a promise ring, a wedding ring, a band. Fucking, when you buy fucking crystals and shit, you know, there's a specific intention and a specific reason and a specific message behind that you are trying to achieve, overcome, speak, create, whatever the fuck, okay? But it's like the periods of solitude are meant to get you back to yourself. The separation is meant to, because you are the 5th house, okay? The internal child. Today is the 5th day. So this gem, this is a lot of shrub and rub all around, okay? But this is shining bright, okay? It's giving, what's that word? Iridescence. And with the vision, there's just so much that's ahead. And if you look at this in this vision, right? You see the mountain, the same mountain that's in this damn card. So, you know, it doesn't have to be you literally climbing a mountain, but you have metaphorically and or literally climbed a specific mountain. You've made some type of achievement, whether it's on a small scale, big scale, doesn't matter. An achievement is a fucking achievement. Conquering something is conquering something. Don't let this world define for you what the fuck an achievement or conquering something is for yourself, okay? You're the sun, you're the brightest star in the fucking sky, all right? Own that energy. But, and with the thread, you're wherever you are, you're, how do I say this? You've already climbed the mountain, literally or metaphorically speaking. But do you know how many odds are against a person that were to try to fucking climb the fucking Appalachians, just as an example? You know, the odds are not so favorable, but they can be. And with the thread in reverse, you know, the present obstacles may not be so favorable. However, that energy can shapeshift. But in order for that to shapeshift, that internal sun that is gray that I spoke of earlier needs to be rewritten, revisioned, into recommitted into the brightest fucking star in the sky. Because right now you're not feeling or even seeing yourself as the brightest fucking star in the sky. Now, I know it's Virgo season, respect, right? But you know, Leos are the only sign that truly go against each other during Leo season. You don't have motherfucking Pisces comparing fucking February and March Pisces. You know, some people do. But the loudest narrative when it comes to zodiac comparisons is July versus August Leos. Y'all know I don't like that shit, okay? I don't like it. And I just don't fucking like it. But it's more so, it's a reflection of how, if we're at war against our own people, a lot of times we're at war against ourselves. But we don't even see how we show up as the enemy. And I said this to another sign, don't remember who, but for you, it's like, I'm just speaking of the comparison within themselves. It's like, God does not see us that way, so why do we see us that way, you know? And I don't, not why do we, because I'm not even fucking included in that. But you get what I'm saying, okay? Like, honey, this is how God sees us all, okay? And we are a guide to all. But a lot of you are not living up to your vision. You're not committed to your purpose, okay? You're not honoring. It's like you're not even taking action towards the prayers that you're putting out there. Faith without works is dead, and that works is also, you know, you taking action to achieve. And when we take action to achieve, going back to that word of achievement, we feel so accomplished once we achieve. But baby, you don't even know how to enjoy your accomplishments. And it's like, honey, if nobody is celebrating with you, it's like this, you're in this energy, and the sun does not need any help shining in the fucking sky. Okay, it does not. So why do you? Just saying. I want to see what you're fixated on though. Hi, Amita. Amita, I need you to go to church and stop trying to convert me. Baby, I grew up Pentecostal, and Jesus is the Son of God, okay? I would just want you to be clear on that. Okay? The Son, okay? All right. Maybe you should read the Bible, but I'm going to remove this because you're a distraction, respectfully, okay? It's like when they be coming to knock on your fucking door, okay? Did I ask you? Respectfully. I know you're trying to do your purpose and I'm doing mine. God loves you. Okay. Leo. Okay. Be the most fucking hypocritical people in the world. Okay, moving on. Leo. The Ten of Swords. You could definitely be seeing 10-10 as mentioned. The Seven of Swords fell in my lap. Okay. The Eight of Swords. You're free. Six of Wands, but unable to see the victory that you have. But so for a lot of you, you're fixated on the past. You're freed from something. Whatever it is, you were not truly happy with it, I hear, to begin with. And you were guided, or someone was guided out of the situation. This is your reading, so you. But it's like you're moving forward in paranoia. It's like you're moving forward always looking over your shoulder. You're moving forward like, you know, who can I trust? Okay, who's about to betray me next? Who's about to walk out of my life next? Who, you know? And because with, yeah, the seven of swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Ten of Swords, I feel like it's very intentional that the Nine of Swords is not here. But this is all fucking mental, okay? See this bright ass sun above him? And the Six of Wands is your energy. So with it being reversed, it's like you... What's the root of this? I know I stopped my sentence, but what's the root of this? Obviously it's mental, but what's the root? You feel powerless. You feel like something's out of your control. You feel more powerful when you are in control, which most humans do. But I feel like that's the thing. You keep viewing yourself as a human when you're a star. I feel like that's creating damn, that's harsh. But I'm getting that's creating a mental a mental defect. That's not funny. I know it's not funny. Yeah, the comic, it's like, baby, yeah, no. And look, the devil and then your energy strength, okay? That is not, right here, that is not what we are, this is not their program that we are here to achieve, okay? Right now, we're not achieving the program, but the root of this is your past, okay? I feel like there's a lot of, even though these may not be physical active connections, there's a lot of energetic connections or energetic experiences that you're holding on to that truly do live rent free in your mind, and it creates a destabilizing, paralyzed energy again, which is why you're at the crossroad not choosing a path. And also it's like, you know, you may feel when you don't know, because again, more control, more power. So it's like if you don't know what's next, if you don't know which path to choose, instead of you betting on yourself, you just choose to not bet at all, you know? So break free from that energy and again, step into the energy you've already mastered, which is perseverance. And it's like fucking working out, okay? Should be hurting, but the reward is worth it if you're consistent. But you can't fold on yourself. If you fold on yourself and if you stop showing up for yourself and stop persevering through, then you won't get the results that you're looking for. And this has nothing to do with, you know, knowing better and not doing better. Honestly, I just feel like you're scared. And that's something that you're afraid to admit. But God already knows it. So you don't need to say that to the world. But it's okay to, you know, revisit the mountain and talk to God about that. Some of you could be scared of success, you know. Everybody wants stability. But success looks different for everyone as well. Or it's also, this is giving me just being very mentally conflicted about the perception that people have of you or about other people. Now, I did, at the beginning, I did state that for the next 9 to 12 months, people's experiences with you are changing. How are they changing? The River. Here, Reflection by Moneybag Yo. It's giving the energy of where where people said fuck you, people are meeting you halfway, but you don't even want it. I don't blame you. I also feel like you're realizing how people that are present are truly, I don't know if this is more so like fucking you over, using you, you know, playing you for a fool, however you want to describe it. But people do think that you, I don't know what the fuck they think, honestly, but it's not what they think. It's not like it feels like an energy of intimidation. And it's like, you know, as obsessed as you are with control, is as obsessed, hold on, I'm trying to say this right. As obsessed as you are with control, that's also, it's like people are also obsessed with controlling you, if that makes sense. Yeah, that was the best way I can say that. Hold on. What's the spiritual representation of horses? Or meaning? Hold on. Freedom, strength, and passion. Representing the ability to overcome obstacles with power and grace. They are also linked to motivation, acting as a powerful driving force to achieve one's goals. Furthermore, horses embody the concepts of transformation, communication, and a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds, which technically you would be the bridge as the sun between the physical and spiritual world, embodying wisdom and offering guidance for self-awareness. Freedom and independence, power and motivation, passion and emotion. Horses are also associated with strong emotions and passionate desires, often seen as a symbol of intense energy and enthusiasm. Horses can represent transformation, a journey, or a transition between different states, symbolizing the ability to move forward and change. It also represents a connection to the divine. So, you had prayer in reverse, right? I noticed I just crossed my arms, but you had prayer in reverse and self-awareness. Okay, right. And it's like for you to be that connection between the physical and spiritual. It's like going back to the comments, right? Honestly, in my personal opinion, I see Jesus as a middleman. Okay? I see Jesus. Jesus is my brother, okay? He was on the same type of shit we be on, okay? And just trying to fucking bring some light and some hope, all right? Um, but at the same time, he is the sun. So that's the middleman to me, okay? I like to go straight to the source, all right? Straight to the Most High. Straight to the Creator, okay? And so for you, it's like you have that direct divine communication and connection, but you don't utilize that to your benefit. It's like if God hears anyone's prayers, it's yours. But at the same time, I personally feel like it's a reflection of spiritual maturity when you can understand why God doesn't answer certain prayers as well. Now, it may take some lifetimes and life experiences to figure that out, why some prayers aren't answered, but that asking you shall receive really is a fucking fact, okay? It really truly is. But also, you know, we magnetize our beliefs, we can create our beliefs, and we can also dispel our own beliefs. So, oh shit, I didn't even noticed the prayer is still right here on the bottom. So it's like really truly moments you need to tap the fuck in, Leo. All right. And I do feel like, you know, we can do all of the mindfulness practices and meditations and fucking salt baths and you know, time in nature, but I really feel like you need to have some real ass conversations with your spirit team and with the divine, with God, okay? Truly. And for a lot of you, this conversation should encompass, what is it that you would like for me to do? What is it that, you know, because we're more so concerned about fulfilling our own desires, but being so focused on fulfilling our own desires and not, you know, fulfilling the true north node is a part of what gets us fucking reincarnated, okay? So something to think about. Let's move on. You really don't need another crystal. You don't need, you need yourself. Like, all of these fucking crystals. But they're on top of each deck, which is why I have all of these crystals here. But you don't. It's not needed. And maybe, shit, for real, you just need a little fire lit up under your ass. Okay, I mean, you are fire. We got a whole fire start before this live. So it's like that fire that you're asking to be restored again. You can do all of the practices, but you need to holler at the Most High, for real. The crossing initiation just slid on out, but at the 54 it breaks down to 9. So this is a very personal month for you. Feel like for those of you, I don't know who you cry to, but it's not God, okay? It's not your ancestors. I don't know. All right, Leo. You have horn cactus, resourcefulness. Again, it's within you. You have a tidy house, clarity, and organization. All of these are upright. I love it. And then you have joyful muse, inspiration. You're very inspiring. A lot of people study you, whether you're aware of this or not. And a lot of people will be studying you. I don't know what's going to cause the attention, but something's coming. When it comes to music, you know, I like to play my Native American flutes and drums in the background, but I do feel like throughout this month, you're being asked to listen to more instrumentals, more sound baths, music with no words, basically. With a tidy house, clarity, and organization, you know how, what's the phrase, combing through everything? I feel like you need to comb through every fucking thing. And whatever you have not used in the last 12 months, get rid of it. You see how the music stopped? Because it's not a fight. It's not a battle. I just feel like if you have a message, create your own channel, you know? Create your own channel and speak to the people. But please don't come over here disrupting my frequency, because it's more than one way. And that's the problem with Christianity. Y'all be one-track fucking mindset, and that's not the way. Okay? It's not. Okay? Angels bring blessings and angels bring destruction. So there's just more than one way. Okay, God bless. That's all I have to say. I'm not even going to delete the comment. It's just, it's YouTube. You can go live. You can, guys, You can go to a fucking podcast. You can, in 2025, you have a lot of options to get the message out. So you do that. But on Intuitive Raise platform, I don't need that. Because we will talk about God and the devil, and we're going to talk about the church, and we're going to talk about spirituality. We're going to talk about it all. Okay? Okay. Anywho, so you're going through an initiation, beloved. September 11th will be a significant day as well. As I always say with that date, you have two options, okay? It's not just a Twin Tower moment. It's also an Egyptian New Year, all right? So you have a choice. Now, you got to pick yourself up, okay? From the bootstraps, from, I don't know, you may need to give yourself a pep talk in the fucking mirror. I don't know, baby. But pick yourself up. Get back up again, like Donnie McClurkin said. Some of you, this should hit my heart chakra, but some of you, it's like you're waiting for, I don't know if it's like a big break, but you're waiting for something specific before you share something else. It's like with this horned cactus, you're holding something in until the right time. However, you know, our timing is not always aligned with the divine's timing. And with Joyful Muse inspiration, it's like wherever you are now in life, like in this very moment, as you're hearing this message, whenever you're hearing this message, you don't need to accomplish whatever it is you think you need to accomplish in order to be a light, a teacher, an inspiration, to share testimony, to speak your truth, whatever it is you're holding in. But you do need to go through something, you need to go through something with a fine-tooth comb. And I also feel like this is books, clothes, okay, undergarments, shit, even fucking dishes. Reflect on the memories, reflect on the energy. Is that something you want to have continue in your life or remove? Okay. And I don't think that this is something or a task rather you're able to accomplish overnight. I do feel like you have some time, but there's a need to not waste time, be more hasty with completion. And as I say completion, before I clean this energy up and move on, you know, a lot of you, it's like, it's not really, you know, start, stop, but there's this theme collectively of once we are at that victory mark, again, you had the Six of Wands, almost fucking there. We tap the fuck out. Okay, and think about, you know, when the children should be in school, okay, but just think about, you know, when you're having sex, right, honey? If a motherfucker tap out before you reach your climax, who likes that, right? So it's like, you know, don't do that to yourself. And heavy energy, you know, we always say treat people how we want to be treated. But how we treat ourselves is how people treat us. So, do with that. I hear do better with that specifically. And some of you, like, I'm looking at this, I don't know if it has a specific name, but to me, it's giving, you need to walk around like you got an S on your chest, okay, in this violin. And don't be afraid to be the light that you were born to be. Because, you know, they're always, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping yet, okay? And if you got haters and you don't feel like you're popping, imagine how much you're able to accomplish. Just imagine. Just saying. Hold on. Let me get some more coffee real quick. You're welcome. My pleasure. God bless you. Okay, here we go. You have reach out in reverse. It's really the same thing. Reach out in reverse and seek, okay? So if they were both in reverse, but I'm going to show you them upright, okay? This is like connecting with the divine, connecting with God, the Most High, right? You can view these hands as a reflection of the mountain, but it's also, you know, going to different humans, but not, it's not even different humans. It's just, it is people. It's like, you know, trying to, we do this by immersing in community groups. We do this by fucking, I don't know, but it's like we want that help. We want that, can't think of the words I'm looking for. You know how like when you wake up, if you've ever experienced this, I pray and hope, and if you never have, I pray that energy comes to you, Godspeed, truly. But it's like you ever just wake up and it's just like, damn, I have no stress. I have nothing to worry about, you know? Even if you have a to-do list, like it's just like this energy of ease. That's what it is. You ever just woke up and experienced a day of ease without having to be intoxicated in any form or fashion, through alcohol, through weed, through any of it? Have you ever experienced that? And then it's like, you know, searching for that experience, searching for that. It's a feeling, because this theme is your feelings are definitely changing, but it's searching for a feeling. Or it could be, some people refer to chasing a high, but it's like, you know, you start doing the yoga, you start doing the you start doing the work, and the work just feels like it's not hitting how it's supposed to hit. Does that make sense? Hope that makes sense. But it's kind of like, you know, a lot of times when we are so external, we are escaping something internal. And then it's like, you know, once we stop running from what's internal and then we face that, we stay stuck there. And it's going back to that energy of like being paralyzed. It's an energetic paralyzed energy. But again, the root of this is whole time while you've been baby smoking, drinking, fucking, immersing in all these groups, getting involved in all these community projects, you know, whatever the case may be, that's been working for you. The reason why you're still unfulfilled is because, you know, it's like the energy that literally the energy that created you, again, you are disconnected from. And everybody's God is not the same, okay? As you see, we got Buddha behind me, okay? I don't discriminate. I utilize anybody. No, I don't utilize anybody. But, you know, depending on who I'm talking to, you could think I'm working with the light, and you could think I'm working with the dark. And when I say working with the dark, you know, I speak of people like Lilith and Anubis and them. I don't think they're dark, but people do. But if I allowed those people to define my truth, then, honey, I would be spiritually fucking defected, okay? And I'd be damned. I was already spiritually defected, transitioning from being Pentecostal to spiritual. So, and that's a lost place, okay? When you don't know, it's a lost place. You know, for people that claim to be atheists and things, I don't know why we're going here, but to me, that's a lost place. Because, you know, when we are in those dire moments and when we tend to call on a higher power, what do? I don't know. But honestly, it's not something I want to know. I appreciate my own experiences. I don't want any others that are not meant for me. But I don't know why we went there. I got sidetracked. I don't even know how we got there. But, oh yeah, we got there because connect to whoever you need to connect to, okay? Now, it's a lot of people going back to church, and I'm not suggesting that, but do what you got to do, truly. But just don't do it in the energy of confusion, because when we are confused and don't take the time, you know, to sit with ourselves, to know what the fuck we are thinking and what we are feeling, okay, a lot of outside energy starts to infiltrate. That was a word yesterday. That was a theme. And you gotta be firm and sure on Even if you don't know, baby, you fucking know. Okay, does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. You don't know, but you're gonna fucking figure it out, which means you know. Seek the truth, okay? But asking you shall receive. Like, people don't even allow themselves to explore different cultures, different experiences. Okay, because I would love to go and pray with the fucking Buddhists. I sure the fuck will. I sure will. I just realized I said I sure will versus I sure would. So thank you, God. I'll let y'all know whenever that happens. But yeah, I fuck with Hinduism too. All right, Krishna. You have to choose your battles. Control in reverse. And then flow, 10 and 5 balance. Okay, so stop fighting. You're fighting yourself. You're fighting against something. Now with choose your battles, you roll the heart chakra. He's looking at, it looks like, yeah, the heart is the center head around the throat chakra and the sacral chakra. So with choose your battles, I feel like this is connected with connections. Because if you think about sacral chakra, you know, that's connected to our sexual organs and things, and throat chakra, communication. And it's like being sweet talked into some shit that it's like not reading the fine print before you realize you didn't sign the fucking contract, okay? Whatever it is you're trying to gain control of, that you keep losing control of, is a battle that you need to choose wisely with, which is why we're ending with flow. You keep missing the nines though. We have 7, 8, 10. The last one, I forgot what it was, but you had the swords. But you were missing, you didn't have the 9 of swords, and I felt like that was intentional. Now this is a 9 month, and 9 represents full circle moments. I honestly see 9 as endings, but I also feel like, you know, it's still intentional because it's like you think you're experiencing I hear a funeral, or you're living your life like every day is a fucking sad ass funeral. When choose your battles, baby, today is the 5th day, you are the 5th house. And with flow, it's like there's 10 energy is a new beginning. It's a new cycle. It's the wheel of fucking fortune. So it's like whole time you may think you're experiencing a major ending and things will not get better. However, with this wheel being here on fine balance, even though it's 2, you can turn that tide. You can turn the flow of that wheel by choosing the battle you choose to fight, okay? And it's like if you're tired of fighting, then lay your sword down. If you feel like, you know, honey, you always got to be strapped when you go outside, stay in the fucking house for a moment, you know? There needs to be an intention of peace. And a lot of you say everything is working on my favor, but you don't believe that. You have to believe what you speak. But also, there's a difference between speaking from the heart and just speaking. But choose your battles. So, again, wherever you have control and you feel like you're losing control, release that control and just flow with the tide. And I promise you'll be okay. You can bet that, okay? I don't like to bet, or gamble, but you can bet on that. Where are we? Now we've been here an hour. Let's look into, we are in the shadow of the lunar eclipse as we speak, but let's take a sneak peek. I'll be back tomorrow for all 4 elements to read on the eclipse. Hold on, we'll use this one. It's 11:16. Pisces full, thank you. And Virgo new moon, solar eclipse, no. Virgo new moon solar eclipse for Leo. And you know, the nodes are about to shift into Aquarius and Leo in 2026. So you're being prepared for that too. I just want to put that out there. You have closing door completion on the bottom. So I do feel like this eclipse season, you're walking away from one life and into a new one, truly. All right. So Pisces full moon lunar eclipse. You may want to be outside, but baby, you're being called to be inside. A tidy house fell in reverse on my lap. Clarity and organization. I do feel like there's a need to declutter your thoughts. For some of you, it's journaling. For others of you, it's like, you know, shit, journaling is one thing. But I do feel like you just need to talk to God, okay? Honey, get your little picnic, okay? Whatever it is. But there is a need to start this clean sweep in your home now. And then for the Virgo new moon, look, new beginnings, okay? This is the Wheel of Fortune, period. So you're literally walking away from one life into a fucking other. So the lunar eclipse also represents the night. So whatever it is, going back to your inner sun, it's not black, neither is it as bright as the yellow sun. It's like gray. So this lunar eclipse is helping you clean up that gray area that's within. It's like I'm getting cleaning up the ash, the debris, so that you can walk into a new life. Yeah. All right. Do you have anything for Leo? You have Bone Collector. Yeah, you need to get rid of some shit, okay? You are holding on to something. It could be things. It could be clothes. It could be fucking pictures. I don't know. Some of y'all need a new number. You need a new phone. You just need to upgrade your fucking life. But it starts on the inside, all right? And the outside is a reflection of the inside, okay? So, yeah. The enchanted map has given, it says the map has been given. Get rid of those. Hold on, because today's the 5th, right? 41 breaks down to 5. This goblins is 5s. What I was about to say before it fell is get rid of the goblins, and then the deck split to movement. So here, underly. Okay, let's close this out for Leo. Miracles. All right, final message for Leo, please, for September. Keep both. Okay, I'm gonna re-pull, but really quickly, I'm just read to you. On the bottom, you have the butterflies are in the fucking card. But no, yes, literally, the butterflies are in the card. All right, that's on the community tab. But Aspen Spirit, courage, okay, your energy. But you also have Pegasus transcending, and then Bear Spirit healing. But I'm gonna re-pull because I just want one. Oh my God. Okay. Let me see. Is that the card for Leo? Okay. So your card is the Mystic Meadows Sanctuary. Y'all know I'm a Leo. I'm gonna have to watch this back, okay? Because this is definitely my number. But 26, you have Mystic Meadows Sanctuary. I'm actually gonna read this out of the book for you. And then I'm gonna end this, and then I'll see y'all tomorrow. Hold on. So it says, this card appears as a reminder to replenish your inner resources. It's time to renew your energy and make tending to your own needs a priority. Definitely watch yesterday's Cancer reading. Practice extreme self-care, which is why your theme is solitude. Protect yourself from less than positive influences in your life. The message here is to take shelter. Retreat into your home or spend time in places and with people where you feel at home. Mend physical objects, organize your possessions, and heal relationships. But we talked about that. There's the possibility of a huge spurt of energy in the future, but unless you take this time to create foundations and nourish yourself, you might be overwhelmed by it all and miss the opportunities available to you later. This card can also mean that blooming and expansion are at hand. Flowering success awaits you. Healing energy is growing and beautiful things are to come. God loves you so fucking much. Okay? Can you receive that and own that and live in that energy? Okay. That's all I have. I love you. God bless you. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend. I will be back tomorrow. Bye. You're welcome. Have a good day. Bye.